Hello and welcome to sunny Florida. I'm Ron Allen and I'm here with another episode of Tai Chi For You. In today's episode we're going to be talking about the breath. We're going to be talking about the immune system, about the other systems of the body, and we're just going to I want to be able to project health. So we're going to just imagine ourselves being healthy, being of sound mind and body, to protect ourselves. We're going to wrap ourselves around and just be able to just fight this thing and be healthy at all levels. So we're going to start out with a little bit of the warm-ups, and we talk about the ringing the temple bell, and this one's a nice gentle one. You can do this first thing in the morning. Just a nice way to get the blood moving, get the red blood cells. Nice. And again, there were some variations to this one. If you want to lift up on the feet, and it's not about how many you can do or how fast you can do, but if you can get to the point where your arms are relaxed and you can do a slight little bounce down and up, but we're keeping the posture nice and straight. We talked about that elongated spine, the golden thread where it comes out of the crown chakra, the top of your head, and the tailbone drops down, sort of tucks in a little bit. And that's one of the things when we talk about the, I don't like saying rules of Tai Chi, but we talk about the 70-30, where 70% of the weight, when we do our weight shifting from side to side, you might hear someone else talk about it being heavy foot and light foot. The other rule of thumb, if one hand is up, one hand is down. So as they go down, they start to come up. And as they go down, it starts to come up. So practically anybody can do Tai Chi. And it doesn't really matter. There's no special equipment. There's no special clothing. You don't need any background in other martial arts. Really, there's no excuse. I've had, and I've told you this before, people in their 80s doing Tai Chi. People that are in wheelchairs for various reasons, cerebral palsy, blindness, all that. They're the ones that give me the mental, I learn from my students. So I learned about just having a positive mental attitude about life. And that's, again, what gets them through. So we just got to keep that positive attitude. It's not about learning a move perfectly. It's about doing the move the next time a little bit better than before. So we're always learning. Again, when I say we're all students, we're all learning from each other. So let's get into a little bit more of just being present. We'll start off by doing that bone washing where one hand is firmly on the back and the other hand is going to reach up, and we're going to pull up some nice earth energy, and we do that nice washing or scanning, and we come all the way down and we just let it go. And we do that twice. And if you can pick up anything, maybe a sore throat, maybe a stiff shoulder, there's something that needs to be moved, whether it's just a negative thought or some scar tissue, something that's stuck, just let it go. So now on the third one, it's more of a nice straight rinse, just sending it, the energy right down nice and clear and out. So we balance from the other side, again, that nice scanning, and you can think of it as just a nice warm-up exercise. Out to the side, bringing it up, and a nice scan. Keep the breath flowing out. The last one is straight down, just nice clearing. We have meridians, we have power centers, we have chakras. Just let it go. Good. And then we shake it out like that a little bit. The other one, when we talk about moving in circles, when we warm up, we like to warm up first in circular motion before we really get into too much stretching. So we can warm up, we can do a slow motion hula hoop. We talked about this. Just bring it around, and you can go in the opposite direction. Same. Very good. Another variation to this, if you think of the infinity symbol or the figure 8, where you could circle around, come back through the center. And this takes a little getting used to, but it definitely loosens up this whole hip area, some of the ribs as well. So that's something you could work on. And again, go in both directions. And you feel grounded in the legs, the feet are nice and grounded. You can feel the right here building. Good. All right, and just march that out a little bit. Excellent. Let's go down into the knees, where we'll just do a nice little light circling. And again, we can add the bounce or the drop and rise, drop and rise, and then circle around where we drop and rise, drop and rise. Good. Let's do some upper, where we're just circling around with the palms facing down. And these are the larger circles, or if you remember it by thinking of a basketball, just like that. Nice breath in, breath out. And then we're going to slowly turn the palms facing up, keeping in the same direction, but now shorter circles, or if you can think basketball-sized circles, just like that. And then we're going to slowly palms down and reverse into the larger circles. Good. And then slowly turn the palms facing up and get them going faster, smaller, into the baseball size circles. Good. And then we'll do a few open the door and close the door. Open the door, close, open, close. And then we're going to reach up, down, reach up. And you can think if you want to pull down, reach up, pull down, pull down. Now if you want to visualize, we're pushing up and coming down. We're pushing up, coming down. One more, push up and come down. Good, just shake that out a little bit. Good, do a little bit of a bounce. Just like that, and drop. All right, next we're going to go into the fingers and the wrists, and we'll warm up a little bit more before we talk more about Tai Chi. All righty, so with the breath, remember, they're long, slow, deep breaths. When you think, if you ever watched a puppy when they're just laying there breathing, and you see how they belly breathe, or a baby even does that breath, where they expand and contract. So let's practice that a little bit. We'll put one hand on the stomach, or where the diaphragm is, so lower, and this is upper. When we mostly breathe, we breathe upper like a shallow breath, but we're going to get a full deep breath. We're going to get that immune system fired up with some nice oxygen going into the bloodstream. So we're going to breathe in and expand the bottom. And when we release, we can squeeze in, we can push. So we're kind of just getting that stale air up and out. And we hold that squeeze. The next breath is upper. Fill the lungs. Release, relax, and they both relax. So let's try it again. Breathe in, slow, deep. The other thing you could do with this one is that sort of purse your lips and have a little pressure when the air comes out. And that's another way to build up lung capacity. So, one more. Good. Let's do a tiger returns to the mountain, just like that. Let's warm up now with the fingers, where we just loosening them. Get those joints loosened up. Get that fluid that can go in between everything. Get the fascia loosened. Try if you can make up your own. Just reverse if you want to. Just maybe you like stretch them out like you're playing the keyboard or typing. But anyway, we're just doing the fingers, and then let's add a wrist, just like that. And I showed you another one after this, which is great. And again, staying consistent with this, you're able to get more flexion. Same thing, that pushing down, and it's going to be tender. You're going to feel it, especially if you've never done it before. But stay with it a week or two, and I'm telling you, you'll see improvement. You'll be amazed at what you think you couldn't have done 2 weeks ago when I first showed you this. And then let's just get some elbows and incorporate everything, the wrists, the fingers, the elbows. Good, just like that. And then just shake that out a little bit, do a little more bouncing. Remember when we talked about the lymphatic system, that doesn't have a pump. We talk about the heart's the pump, the lungs are the pump. So with the breath, every breath, the body becomes looser and the brain becomes clearer, because we're getting that fresh supply of oxygen. We're having that good exchange of the bad air leaving, the good air or the good chi coming in as well. So let's do a little bit more when we talk about just being present. And one way that was taught to me was, one hand's the past, and you really can't do anything about it, and it's coming up, here's the future. And the future, you can't do much about it, but see where they meet? Right in the center, the now. So right now is when you can do something about it. Very good. So one of my students really liked that, so I wanted to throw it in for you. So don't forget it. I know he doesn't. He thinks of that every day. And again, you get these little things that get you to be better than you were the day before. Whether it's just having that consistency of a morning stretch, some other morning ritual. Maybe it's that apple cider, vinegar and water. Or you can do lemon juice. You can do a nice little drink. Just clear yourself in the morning before you get up and start your day like that. Let's go into a few more stretches. With this one, the legs are shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit more. And we're just dropping down and we're visualizing each vertebrae. The knees stay bent. And we drop. And if this is as far as you get, that's fine. Release some air. Bring it up. And get those shoulder blades kind of pushed together as much as you can. And it's nice and controlled. Remember, the breath should always be long, deep, and slow. Same thing with the movements. You move with intention. And you want to get to the point where you're just visualizing where you're going to be that nanosecond before you get there. So right now I'm thinking of that starting to bend. Now I'm thinking about letting the breath out all the way. Inhale, exhale. I start to come up. There's that nice shoulder pinch. And you noticed when I did this one, The knees go out to the side as I drop, and they bend. We're not trying to do a toe touch. We're just kind of stretching and elongating. Once you're down here, again, you can do a little side to side. I'm showing you the basics, but you're going to be able to make it your own. Good. Well, while we're at it, let's try a toe touch. So the feet are together. The knees are going to stay, I don't want to say locked, but straight. Take a nice breath in, breath out. Let the arms, the shoulders hang. Maybe take another breath in. And that's all right if you can't touch the toes. You got to your point. Now we're going to try to go a little bit further. Nice controlled breath. Good. Let's do some freedom fists. With this one, again, we're using muscles, but we're also using the intention. So we're going to start to squeeze, and when we make a Tai Chi fist, we bring the thumbs on the outside, but over these two, the first two fingers. And we're going to squeeze, so we're visualizing that blockage, or that negative thought, or that cold, crappy weather, or not that we're having any here. I'm just trying to give you guys something. Here we go. Ready? Squeeze. Think of that thought. And then we'll release it. So again, it could be that stuck shoulder, that knee that's bugging you, that you're not taking a deep enough breath, whatever's negative, something, just squeeze, have that thought, let it go. Now we're going to have to bring in some good thoughts, good energy. There's that stretch, receive, breath in, breath out. Try that a few times. Again, it's slow, deep breathing. Receive, down. And the tiger returns to the mountain, just like that. Good. When I talked about the principles of Tai Chi, one of the moves that we do really incorporates them all, and you'll be able to see if you can pick it up. And that one's the come on in, have some pie. So one foot is forward, one foot is back. We shift the weight to the front foot. Front hand comes up. Now the weight shift, turn the body. As one hand goes down, the other one comes up. There's the weight shift. So it's hand down, hand up. Come on in and have some pie. Try it one more time. Come on in. Have some pie. So if you want to make this a morning ritual, okay, we're doing both sides. We like to even things out, and it feels a little different in this knee. That's okay. But if you notice, I'm keeping that 70-30 rule. I'm not overextending. I'm just sending it out. Last one. Good. Let's do the 500 claps. We did the ringing the temple bell. And if you have time, another great one to add is the 500 claps. So we start on the outside of the arm, and we bring it up and down the inside of the arm. So right now we're working the meridians, which is how the energy flows in the body. And we're using the energy point right here in the palm. pack in the chi. Balance it out. And for those of you that don't want to make a lot of noise, or you maybe bruise easy, remember there's always the sweeping technique. Good. And on the legs, it's the outside of the legs, around the ankles, and up the inside of the legs. So it's down the outside of the legs, and up the inside of the legs. And the variation could be one leg at a time, down and up, or if you want to rest it on a table or a chair, or keep it up and around, then to the back. Again, not too hard. Waking up that whole area right in there, bringing it around to the front. And then working our way up right here. You can do it a couple different ways. One hand, right in the center. This is a great time to remember that breath. Or you can use your fingertips and get both sides. Kind of feel into those ribs a little bit. Bring it around. And we're doing the base of the spine. Up the back of the head. Just like that. Good. And then we want to go under the eyes. And then there's under the nose. And again, we talked about these are acupressure points. Great for opening up the sinuses, all kinds of things. And we want to support the elbow, and we want to get right on the shoulder here. If you think about where you carry a lot of stress. So find that one little spot, yeah, right there. And then down, and then bring it up. Find it. Pack it right in, good. And then we want to bring it up and come right down the sides. Again, we're working a lot of the lymph nodes are right in that armpit area as well. Build up on the sides. Or do the brushing. Even it out. Or do the brushing. I got my little friend here today. I'm going to bring him in at the end. You ready? You want to be on TV? Good boy. All right. Let's do the fingers. And then a few karate chops on the rest. Good. So that's a great one in the morning too as well. And just a little bounce and shake. Just to get it going like that. Now we can center. We'll do some Qigong where we stay in mountain. And then we step out into the horse stance. This one we're going to bring up both arms, palms down, overhead, and down the front. Then up to the heart. Exhale. Up to the heart. This time we roll or give it away. Bring it up to reload and down. So it's 3 moves 3 times. Up. Nice. Down. Up to the heart. Expand. Up to the heart. And the slower you can do it, the better as well. The more the muscles are firing. You really get into it nice and deep. Bring it up. In. Down. Bring it up. In. And give it away. Just like that. In. Good. Excellent. All right, so I wanted to wrap it up. I want to let you guys know that while I'm down here, I'm going to be making some more videos. And what these are, they're going to be more of a in-depth where I'm going to break everything down and we're going to go over it and over it just as if you were here, and I'm hearing your questions and I'm going to be answering. So you'll be able to watch it again over and over, and I'll give you the beginners, intermediate, and advanced part of the moves that we do. So just as an example, when we do the opening move, where it's just arms come up, in, and down. And that's all you want to get right now, is that up, in, and down. And that's working the muscles, you're breathing, you get your posture, you're doing great. You could keep doing this for months. Then the next phase is you want to kind of get into that zone where you feel that energy start to pull you. The energy, if you want to visualize, they're resting on a ball in the water, and the pool's going to let them bounce up, but you're controlling that feeling, bringing them in. Now I'm going to push them under the water, just like that. And then that last phase is that really connection to yourself, that inner knowing, that meditative state. And this is a great one to do 15, 20 times in the morning. You don't want to rush, you don't want to think about how many you do, but it's just a nice way to kind of start the day with Tai Chi. So I'll wrap it up, and I'll see you guys next week. Or maybe we'll be down at the beach, but come over here first. You want to be on TV? Let's see. There he is. Here's my new exercise partner. Over here's the camera. He's looking for squirrels. All right, guys. Next week. Take care.